So August is officially here, which means the summertime is just about over. And while some things are going to change, kids are going back to school, adults are still going to work, just a little bit colder outside, there's one thing that won't be changing: the amount of indie games we're getting. So as you finish up that fancy drink on the beach, get ready, because I have a bunch of indie games to tell you about. But before we get into all those indies, do me a favor and hit that like button, as well as subscribe if you want to stick around for some more amazing indie content. Now, let me tell you about a bunch of indie games coming out this August. This Lovecraftian horror sim casts you as a lone lighthouse keeper, who's tasked with guiding ships safely through a fog-shrouded coast using an old-school radio and a fax machine. As the night passes, stragglers report missing crews, sailors tell tales of impossible beings, and empty ships drift back with no one aboard. This game is called Static Dread: The Lighthouse. In this adventure, your choices matter. Either obey Harbor Authority orders or trust your gut, because sometimes the wrong decision might be the only sane one. You manage resources like power and rations, interpret radio and fax requests, monitor your mental state, and occasionally deny access to rather mysterious visitors. The visual style leans into grainy, static-ridden 2D figures and environmental storytelling that feels like a retro PC horror demo married with a tabletop stage play. Okay, maybe that's a weird date, but you get it. Unlockable environmental clues let you wander the lighthouse interior, sometimes dodging knocks at the door that you really shouldn't answer. And with multiple endings, creeping dread, and occasional bureaucratic horror, it's like filing paperwork at the end of the world, which is literally your job. You can attempt to survive the presence of something impossible while trying not to let the shadows consume you when the Static Dread launches on August 6th for Steam. This cozy, Pokemon-inspired creature collecting idle game only takes up a portion of your screen, so you can catch them all while you're at least trying to be productive. This charming sim is called Whimside, an adorable game that sits quietly at the bottom of your screen, keeping you company while you work, study, or binge watch. Think of it like a friendly pixel pet that doesn't scream for attention, unless it finds a rare one, that is. You'll capture these precious creatures called Whimlings, each with their own quirky traits, and you can even fuse them together to create procedurally generated new species. The more Whimlings you collect, the more new biomes you'll unlock. And with 5 unique biomes at launch, each filled with surprises, secrets, and rare variants, including shiny hunting fan service for completionists, you'll have a ton of content to explore. As your collection grows, so do the decorations. Over 180 items let you design a peaceful garden or whimsy playground, where Whimlings can settle and hang out with you all day long. And Whimside also supports Twitch integration, so streamers can let viewers influence the game seamlessly, from commanding gifts to naming Whimlings. And with rewards tied to viewer engagement, the hype train really boosts in-game bonuses. So be sure to clear out a little corner of your desktop because Whimside is ready to move in on August 7th for Steam. But if you want to try it before you buy it, Whimside has a demo you can download right now, so you can get a small taste of what's to come. This solo-developed post-apocalyptic turn-based RPG has you playing as a plucky young agent as they explore a decaying world overrun by rogue machines and strange survivors. This is Artis Impact, an RPG set in a future filled with humans and AI. The main narrative is linear, but peppered with hidden side quests, randomized events, and cozy slice-of-life moments like hanging out in a spa or snacking on potato croquettes between missions. Visually, every location, from ramen shops to ruined alleys, is hand-drawn pixel art, animated frame by frame, giving the world a retro comic charm with modern polish. The turn-based combat is streamlined and approachable, offering satisfying tactics without feeling overly complex. You'll train a Kane, upgrade your weapons, and take on delightfully odd bosses. And while you're not fighting bosses, you can tidy up Akane's home, work part-time jobs, cook meals, and soak in the spa. Because even in the apocalypse, adulthood includes chores. The story strikes a warm balance of humor and heart, combining heartfelt scenes and quirky banter in equal measure. With a demo already available and glowing feedback from the players, Artis Impact promises a relaxing yet emotionally resonant RPG experience from start to finish. So if you're looking to save a broken world, share clips with your robot friends, and decorate your home between battles, you can check out Artis Impact when it launches on Steam starting August 7th. This game is a story-driven farming sim from the team behind Sticky Business, but with a witchy twist. You don't do the farming yourself. Instead, you enchant arcana constructs to plow, water, sow, and harvest your herb garden using a mystical deck of cards. This upcoming game is called Ritual of Raven, where you play as an apprentice witch who falls through a mysterious portal and is taken in by the village witch sage. Your goal now is to find your missing familiar Fluffer Snoop and stabilize chaotic portals blighting the land of Lania. Your herb garden is powered by constructs, these magical robot buddies that are charged via tarot-style cards. You recruit all 22 types of constructs to plow, plant, harvest, and fend off weeds, all with no manual lavender picking required. Ritual of Raven sports a bright, whimsical pixel art style, blended with handcrafted UI and customizable interiors as you decorate both your garden and the village to make Lania feel like home. So whether you're automating lavender lawns or brewing rituals under moonlight, Ritual of Raven delivers witchy wellness without breaking a sweat. So if you're into magical herb gardens, tarot-powered robots, and hauntingly cozy vibes, you can check out Ritual of Ravens when it releases on Steam and Nintendo Switch starting August 7th. In this game, you run your very own bookshop that you can move around town, trying to find the best place to meet the best customers. This cozy narrative management game is called Tiny Bookshop. Set in the seaside town of Buxtonbury, players relocate to open a second-hand bookshop in a cozy trailer. all while building relationships with quirky locals and restoring the town's community spirit, one well-chosen recommendation at a time. As the bookshop owner, your job includes stocking used books, furnishing the trailer with fairy lights and plants, and selecting the perfect reading material for each customer. With its warm and cozy hand-drawn illustrations, rustic interiors, and lots of knickknacks for you to collect and place to influence customer mood and shop atmosphere, Tiny Bookshop gives you plenty of room to make your shop feel like your own. The gameplay blends light inventory management with slice-of-life storytelling, where you recommend books, solve Gentletown mysteries, uncover secrets, and gradually become an embedded member of the community. So if you're itchy to tell a bunch of strangers about your favorite books, Tiny Bookshop is your ticket to a peaceful seaside adventure. And you can check it out for yourself when the game releases on August 7th for Steam. This gravity-bending 3D platformer has you making decisions that'll define the game's level design. This is 1000 Deaths, a surreal adventure where you play as one of 4 intriguingly bizarre protagonists, encountering weird citizens such as talking egg yolks and squiggly beings in purple suits. The plot unfolds in branching life episodes, from childhood to elderhood, with each choice triggering new platforming challenges and alternative story paths that reflect the character's growth and regrets. The gameplay blends tight platforming with gravity warping stages, walk on walls or ceilings, shift camera angles, dash with a jetpack, and challenge time speedruns enabled by built-in leaderboards. Each psyche-themed level, aka headspace, is unique to each character, featuring micro-platforming puzzles, broadcast and unlock life choices, hidden collectible bonus areas, and boss challenges. So whether you're chasing platinum trophies or rewinding life's regrets, 1000 Deaths turns death into art, and gravity into your worst prankster. And if you want to dive into this crazy adventure, you can play 1000 Deaths when it releases on Steam starting on August 7th. But if you want to see what you're getting into beforehand, you can check out the free demo right now. In this game, you explore a mashup of tense survival horror and escape room puzzle solving. Now it's just down to you and your friends trying to survive these zombie hordes. Welcome to Whisper Mountain Outbreak. Set in 1998, the game traps you and up to 3 of your friends on the fog-choked slopes of Mountain Bissick, where an ancient curse is reawakened unspeakable horrors. You play as a government agent investigating paranormal threats. Expect to explore abandoned buildings, solve puzzles, and piece together clues to escape the whispering madness. The combat mixes both melee and ranged weaponry for taking down these infected creatures. And there's even a bit of crafting to strengthen your arsenal and make you slightly more of a squishy killing machine. You'll fight off waves of zombies, use herbs to heal you and your friends, and even support each other as tensions escalate between each new mission. Running this game solo is possible. Rumor has it the game was balanced around teamwork. And after playing it alone at PAX East, I'm gonna have to err on the side of believing that's true. So if you think co-op Resident Evil sounds like your cup of tea, Whisper Mountain might be the move. Choose from 6 different agent classes, each with perks and unique skills. Then upgrade your character via crafting and skill tree progression over multiple runs. Visually, Whisper Mountain blends retro 2D pixel art characters with 3D low-poly environments, all wrapped up in a 2.5D style. Featuring tight corridors, flickering fog, and eerie ambient whisper effects create a claustrophobic atmosphere. While in early access, expect varied level types across 8 randomized levels, featuring puzzles, extraction-style runs, and unique scenarios that evolve as you play. So if you're looking to jump into a new horror experience with your buddies, then Whisper Mountain Outbreak will be here soon when it releases on Steam in early access starting on August 12th. This upcoming farming sim is a little bit chaotic and a little bit charming, filled with action, puzzles, and produce galore. This game is called Super Farming Boy, where you'll play as Super, a shape-shifting hero whose mom and friends have been stolen by the evil Corpo, who cruelly forces you to work your own land under ridiculous tax rules. In Super Farming Boy, you're given no tools to get the job done, mainly because you are the tool. That's not an insult, quite literally, you're the tool. You can morph into a shovel, a watering can, a pickaxe, a hammer, and maybe even fly, all with one push of a button. The game's core mechanic is all about chain reactions and combos. Harvest one magical crop creature, trigger a cascade across your farm, and save energy while the crops pick themselves. And you can even smack around some pests or bosses in the process. You can even expect some crazy seasonal weather, like radioactive, time warp, volcanic, and even underwater. The environment changes means no 2 harvests will ever feel the same. And there's also no inventory system for you to manage, because the seeds and helper pets will follow you around as little creatures. So you're going to be free from menus and able to focus on combo farming chaos. And there's plenty more to come post-launch, because future updates promise boss fights, super tools, and special mushroom boosters for wild weather and power effects. Farming has never been so heroic. So if you're craving a farming sim where you literally are the tool, Super Farming Boy is yours to play when it releases on Steam in early access starting on August 12th. This 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up stars 4 ninja space cheerleaders, fighting to save a future Earth invaded by rogue AI. This is Rah Rah Boom. In Rah Rah Boom, you experience lane-based combat action, where you'll switch between melee and ranged attacks, all while chaining combos, dodging bullets, and handling boss fights with ninja precision on multiple lanes of chaos. You'll choose from 4 unique characters, Eris, V, Ren, and Seda, each with their own skill trees and styles, from the machine gun tank to the shuriken-throwing goofball. The art style is bold, featuring hand-drawn comic book-inspired visuals. It's vibrant, energetic, and dripping with nostalgia and sass. The game blends beat-em-up action with storytelling that actually feels heartfelt between all the robot smashing. Collect scrap from defeated bots to customize your cheer squad and pick upgrades that fit your strategy. So yeah, Your squad vibe matters as much as your combos. Robber Boom is also fully voice acted, has an original soundtrack, comes with leaderboards for score runs, and features ride-the-lane tactics that make each fight feel smart as well as silly. So if you're looking for local couch co-op chaos with ninja cheerleaders, snappy lane mashing combos, and the right amount of heartfelt robot slaying drama, Robber Boom will be available on Steam in early access starting on August 12th. Just don't forget your pom-poms. This 2D action roguelike features slick pixel animation, skilled deck building mechanics, and a robotic sheep here to slaughter a bunch of wolves. Welcome to OVIS Loop. In this game, you play as an AI-turned robo-sheep wielding a giant sci-fi greatsword, slicing through waves of cyberwolves in a desolate post-apocalyptic world. After this AI named Shepherd goes haywire and massacres its flock, the Guardian loses its memory, transforms into a sheep, and fights to survive, all while uncovering the truth behind Dr. Wolf's scheme. The combat hinges on downloading and modifying enemy skills, including hacking into them for deck building synergies, so every run creates a unique combo build. Lose a run, and you'll forfeit your skills and modules, thus raising the stakes, encouraging experimentation, and making each loop feel tense and rewarding. The pixel art style is gorgeously detailed and colorful. Think Cyberfarm meets gritty sci-fi apocalypse in a fluid side-scrolling action adventure. And while boss fights reveal lore, world secrets, and hints about the sheep's forgotten past, each victory unlocks more story depth and narrative context. OVIS Loop currently offers 3 stages with 5 weapon types and a limited hard mode, with more content planned for about a year post-early access launch. So if you're ready to lead a woolly warrior into a stylish high-impact action loop, OVIS Loop is your August adrenaline pick, and you can dive in when the game releases on August 14th in early access for Steam. In this short-form anti-game, you are the final boss, the Dark Queen, defending your throne against a determined hero who keeps coming back no matter how many times you crush them. This indie game is called the Dark Queen of Mortholme. Set entirely in your lavish and luxurious throne room, you face each heroic invasion with overwhelming power. At least until those pesky heroes learn to dodge roll, upgrade gear, and force cracks into your eternal confidence. The gameplay blends handcrafted pixel art with a haunting original score and branching dialogue, where your mocking taunts gradually tilt towards existential dread as the hero improves on each death. Despite being overly powerful at first, as rounds progress your health weakens, your arrogance falters, and your grim certainty gives way to self-doubt, mirroring the hero's relentless growth. The Dark Queen of Mortholme supports multiple endings based on dialogue choices. Will you remain queen everlasting, or accept the hero's path, and maybe your very own change? The game is already available on itch.io, but the Steam release introduces a bunch of quality of life upgrades, like full controller support, Steam achievements, cloud saves, and over a dozen localized languages for a wider reach. This game is designed to be completed in one tight emotional sitting, so expect about 20 to 30 minutes of sharp boss action that resonates well beyond its runtime. So whether you're tired of the hero's narrative and ready to taste that bitter power fantasy, or just want a clever pixel gem to recommend to your friends, the Dark Queen of Mortholme might just be the perfect twisted indie pick. And you can play it when it releases on Steam starting on August 15th. I played the demo for this game quite some time ago, and I immediately fell in love with how unique it was, and now it's finally dropping in early access. This physics-based roguelike beat-em-up delivers absurd workplace chaos wrapped in cartoon violence and cute little stickman action. This game is Stick It to the Stickman. You're a low-level stickman, forced to fight your way through office drones, middle management, and rival CEOs to climb the corporate ladder, literally, by punching them out of windows and using chainsaws on co-workers to get promoted. This game features ridiculous physics combat, flying kicks, staple guns, coffee-fueled fireballs, machine guns, and even weaponized farts, to give you that ruthless edge and cubicle warfare. With 20 classes across 4 game modes, you'll master brutal combos and special moves, customizing your stickman into a promotion-powered menace. The gameplay isn't just about brawling. It blends platforming, car theft, delivery tasks, and even kicking people out of windows while running across rooftops mid-fight. But the most unique thing about it is the way combat works. Rather than just spamming inputs to do attacks, you'll find random upgrades along the way, that you ultimately include in your timeline. Then the game will automatically start playing those attacks in order, so all you have to do is move around, not get hit, and let the attacks do the action for you. You can go into Stickman solo, with couch co-op, or use remote play together, making it a delightfully chaotic party game for up to 2 players coordinating promotions through pain. The roguelike structure offers 6 to 10 base hours in early access, with high replayability through branching upgrades and the ambition to build your own toxic conglomerate empire. So if you're ready to trade spreadsheets for Street Fighter level combos and corporate sabotage, Stick It to the Stickman is a must-play game, and you can check it out starting on August 18th for Steam in early access. From the creators of gorgeous games such as Abzu and the Pathless, this next game sees you playing as a spectral surfer, resurrected in a barren desert world who must restore the drowned ocean. This beautiful game is called Sword of the Sea, and in this game, traversal is everything. You'll ride on your hover sword, this insane hybrid of hoverboard, skateboard, and snowboard, channeling high-speed carving, big air tricks, and smooth momentum across shifting dunes and sand waves. As you revive the ocean, new biomes emerge. Think glacial peaks, ancient ruins, and underwater kelp forests, unlocking surfable waters and ecosystems teeming with fish to glide through or hitch a ride on. But all is not so tranquil. Periodic Leviathan battles will be scattered throughout your journey, forcing you to use your sword and speed in epic underwater confrontations, very reminiscent of Shadow of the Colossus. The storytelling is entirely visual and musical, no spoken dialogue, leading into emotional expression through sweeping landscapes, flowing movement, and subtle environmental cues. The aesthetic is slick and surreal, dune waves that ripple like water, vibrant color palettes, and cinematic lighting that evokes a spiritual calm even at high speeds. So if you're itching for a game that's part Journey, part Tony Hawk, and all meditative momentum, Sword of the Sea is right around the corner, and it launches on Steam and PlayStation 5 starting on August 19th. And if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber at the premium or extra tiers, this game will be launching into their game catalog on day one. In this colorful and musical adventure, you'll play as a rebellious dancer, fighting corporate control and robotic oppression, because apparently the revolution now requires jazz hands instead of guns. This game is called All Systems Dance, and it turns dance into non-violent combat. Choose from 48 unlockable dance moves across styles like jazz, contemporary, and street, building hype combos to defeat robot enemies, and hack systems via rhythm battles. Your arsenal of dance moves lets you dodge rockets, vault through vents, and glide across futuristic arenas as you aim to take down some robo bad guys. While the narrative tackles real-world issues such as automation, corporate greed, and body image problems, all while using quirky, heartfelt storytelling that's funny, reflective, and always danceable. The visual style is vibrant and characterful. Imagine a futuristic cityscape that you can boogie through with expressive character animations that actually feel like you're dancing through the world. Behind the upbeat vibe is a game about rebellion, connection, and community. NPCs that you meet along the way will have their own stories. And dancing through the city unlocks secrets and empathy as much as it unlocks super epic dancey combos. So if you're ready for some rhythm-fueled resistance with sass, All Systems Dance releases on Steam starting on August 20th. Just don't forget to warm up your hips before busting moves on corporate robots. This cozy and quirky life sim RPG sees you inheriting a discount supermarket that was run by your aunt in an old harbor town. Now it's your job to turn it into a thriving business. Welcome to Discounty, a cozy life sim that's gameplay revolves around managing the store. Stock shelves, decorate displays, set layouts, negotiate trade deals with local suppliers, and ring customers as efficiently as your morning coffee routine. The pixel art aesthetic is charming and cozy, evoking some real nostalgia while giving everything a warm, friendly glow. Then once you close up shop, there is plenty to still do outside of business hours. Explore the town of Bombcast, befriend or annoy the locals, learn their secrets, and subtly influence town drama, because every cozy sim needs a little spice. In Discounty, customer relationships matter. Play nice and build trust, or mismanage and face community backlash. Be sure to choose promotions wisely, and maybe throw in a free sample or two. So if you're ready to run a supermarket, play matchmaker for townsfolk, and maybe solve a mystery or two along the way, Discounty releases on August 21st for Steam, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. I got to play this game at PAX earlier this year, and some of the devs described it as Beat Saber meets Hades, and that's a pretty damn good way to describe it. Fresh Tracks is a Nordic-themed, music-driven, roguelike skiing adventure. You play as Sky, gliding through mythical snowy landscapes, all synced to an evolving original soundtrack, spanning pop, metal, orchestral, and more. The gameplay combines downhill lanes, obstacle dodging, and rhythm-based sword slashes at enemies and trees. Again, think Beat Saber meets downhill skiing, but without the required VR headset. As you progress, you unlock divine companions, as well as new abilities and narrative layers to Norwyn's ancient lore across 19 plus tracks. Every single run will reveal more about the gods of your story. The roguelike structure ensures high replayability. Unlock upgrades, refine your rhythm skills, choose branching paths, and customize loadouts for each breathtaking run. Visually, the game is a vibrant, stylized mix of shimmering snow forest, aurora overhead, and dramatic Nordic myth motifs. Every slope looks like a winter art gallery. With high challenge and clear feedback loops, every death feels like a musical lesson. And progress lets you shift your strategy and combo style each and every time. And the soundtrack is integral to this game, dynamically adapting to movement and companion choices. Sheer Descent in the Darkness might switch from a pop ballad to a thunderous metal orchestra depending on your vibe. So if you're looking for a game that turns skiing into a high-octane rhythm boss fight with Nordic flair, Fresh Tracks releases on Steam starting on August 26th. Now this last game does not have a release date yet, but it's still slated for August, so let me at least put it on your radar. This cozy, no-timer logic puzzle game features an aspiring actor whose life turns upside down after spotting their exact shape on the big screen, inspiring a globe-spanning journey of self-discovery, as long as you can seat people properly. And as this seat taken, each level is a new seating scenario, where you must match characters to their preferred seats while maintaining their quirky preferences. No cologne, aisle seats, window view, or a seat far from loud talkers. They all have likes and dislikes, and you gotta maintain them. The challenge lies in juggling multiple pet peeves at once. Maybe someone must sit next to their best friend, but they have to sit away from someone who hates big hats. You have to work around all these annoying, yet important problems with care. The art style features charming minimalistic shapes with expressive faces. Think triangles with attitude or circles with existential crisis, all set in a flat, colorful 2D scene, where gameplay is drag and drop puzzle solving, all with zero pressure. Just brain flexing and warm fuzzies. No timers or high scores to ruin your zen. As you progress from Barcelona trams to banquet seating, the story unfolds gently, introducing new characters and emotional depth that adds meaning to every seat placed. We talked about the demo on our podcast during Steam Next Fest and absolutely loved everything we got to play. and I cannot wait to dive back into this one for some more cozy puzzle solving. So if you're ready to play matchmaker for some stinky triangles and picky squares across buses and wedding halls, Is This Seat Taken pulls up a seat sometime here in August. So be sure to wishlist the game on Steam so you know when you can play it. And there you have it, a bunch of dope indie games that you can check out this August. Be sure to let me know in the comments which of those indie games you're going to pick up, and if I missed any big crucial hits from this month, or if an indie dev announced their game way too late after I made this video, be sure to let me know which indie games I missed. And if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, it would be amazing if you just be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can catch a bunch of more indie gaming goodness. And with that, I have a butt ton of games to play, so I'll see you guys in the next one.